historic transformation has taken place. 4 years ago, the Bharatiya Janata Party decided to abrogate Article 370. You all know this, viewers. Moments after it did so, moments I mean within a few weeks after it did so, a large number of people claimed that the action of abrogating Article 370 was patently illegal, that the centre had paid scant regard to due process. And this action was challenged in the Supreme Court. As you know, yesterday, the Supreme Court came up with a unanimous verdict. A 5-judge bench led by the CJI unanimously upheld the government's decision to abrogate Article 370, which conferred special status to Jammu and Kashmir. Buoyed by that, in the Rajya Sabha yesterday evening, the centre then passed 2 key bills expanding the ambit of central laws and reservation legislation in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, viewers, as I told you, the Prime Minister himself today and yesterday came out and commended the Supreme Court for strengthening the spirit of Ek Bharat, Shreshtha Bharat. He commended the Supreme Court for reminding us that what defines us are our bonds of unity and a shared commitment to good governance. But viewers, whether it's the Congress Party or other mainstream parties in Jammu and Kashmir, they are all opposing even the Supreme Court. And they are saying that given a chance, if they're back in power, they will revoke the abrogation of Article 370. Viewers, many people, including those in the BJP, are saying that if you were to revoke the abrogation of Article 370, i.e. bring it back onto the books, you will once again block the process of integration of Jammu and Kashmir, a sensitive state, with the mainland. And that will play into the hands of Pakistan and other enemies of India, especially countries like China, who want to create trouble, who want to actually, at some level, push Jammu and Kashmir to break away from the Indian Union. The BJP says this is an invitation to the balkanization of India. Why are they saying this? Is it sustainable, this argument? And are the opposition parties who want to bring back Article 370, despite the fact that its abrogation, its revocation was upheld by the Supreme Court, are they today complicit in wanting to further, also viewers, through this advocacy, the balkanization of our country? Those are fundamental questions, and let's open them tonight. Let's bring in Saifuddin Soz of the Congress, former Union Minister, and Niloofar Masood, leader of the National Conference. I want to first begin with you, Mr. Saifuddin Soz. The Congress Party and other Valley parties are saying that they want to bring back Article 370 if they were given a chance. The BJP says that you are playing into the hands of India's enemies and that you want to balkanize our nation. How do you respond, sir, to that charge?
See, my understanding of the whole issue is that people of Jammu and Kashmir state will not oblige Pakistan or China as per any kind of narrative, propaganda, etc. is concerned. People of Jammu and Kashmir, vast majority will speak on their aspirations, and they feel by abrogation of 370 you have gone back, India has gone back, Union government has gone back on its assurances, on its agreement with the people of Jammu and Kashmir state. When we did not merge with India, we acceded to India. Maharaja Hari Singh acceded to India in certain subjects, and thereafter the popular government under Sheikh Sahab, he ratified Maharaja's accession. Then came the Delhi Agreement, which enunciated the areas that were marked, where union laws would apply, where this J&K assembly was free to make laws. But now is a situation that Government of India has gone back on those promises and they abrogated 370. 370 could be considered to be abrogated by a discussion. Here is the main city, which is a vibrant situation. They are committed with the Union of India. We have acceded to India. Nobody can, deny that. But we have not merged. That is the difference. And here is the situation that Government of India has gone back on its assurances, on its agreements.
Sir, would you agree
and
that the assurance
could not have, can you listen to me? Unilaterally, Government of India could not abrogate Article 370. Therefore, a vast, overwhelming majority of the people of Jammu and Kashmir feel very sad, and they will have their constitutional democratic struggle, a sustained movement, a peaceful movement, a democratic and constitutional movement for restoration of the internal autonomy as enshrined in the Article 370.
Okay. Sir,
this is the,
can I ask you a counter question very quickly before I bring in Nirmal Singh ji?
Yes,
the counter question,
any number of questions, why not?
Mr. Soz, you said that an assurance was given to Jammu and Kashmir. An assurance?
Yes.
Sir, if you read the draft of the Article 370 bill, if you read the masthead of that bill, it says that it was both, as you know, transitory and temporary. The Supreme Court itself today has quoted that, number one. Number two, sir, Karan Singh, the Yuvraj, the Supreme Court pointed it out, not Rahul Shivshankar. The Supreme Court said, signed a proclamation saying
he was
that...
ex-Yuvraj, you can't call him Yuvraj at this moment.
Sir, he was. I'm only quoting the Supreme Court. They were talking in a historical sense. So, the then Yuvraj, Karan Singh, signed a proclamation saying that India had merged, that Kashmir had merged with India. And on the grounds, on both those grounds, that the Article 370 was transitory and temporary. Is it not a fact? That was the assurance, that it was going to be temporary and transitory.
There is a reason why it was transitory and temporary. You see, Iyengar added this transitory also. Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah had then refused to move this, for moving to support this proposition. Then Maulana Azad and Iyengar, explained on behalf of Jawaharlal Nehru and Sardar Patel that let the expression be there, but it cannot be abrogated unless the Union and the people of Jammu and Kashmir, their representative government, agreed with the Union. There are so many things, but when you have an agreement, there is a lot of, discussion around. And Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah was, Maulana Azad came, Iyengar came. Then Maulana Azad said, the question is that we have to live together, etc., etc.
So that ends the debate.
Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah agreed.
If Sheikh Abdullah agreed, it ends the debate, sir. If your own founder of your own party agreed, of the National Conference agreed, that's the end of that. He agreed that it was going to be temporary and transitory.
See, listen, there was full assurance on the part of Jawaharlal Nehru and Sardar Patel that this temporary doesn't mean.
No, sir, assurances don't matter. What is written in law
by Government of India.
The Supreme Court goes by what is written, not what is whispered in someone's ear. You know this, sir. You're a very, 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 very experienced politician. And you have been a minister.
Then listen to me for a minute. If you cause a wound in the psychology of overwhelming majority of the people in Jammu and Kashmir state, Where will be the cordial relation with
But
the
sir,
union?
where are the people coming
are
out and
picking up-
protesting? Can you show me the protesters?
Oh, look here, people of Kashmir have changed the strategy. It is not now. For 2-3 years now, there are no hartals because there has been a discussion. Kashmiris know what they have to do.
Okay, sir, are you
Do you
suggesting
guarantee
that
that there will
Kashmiris
never be a
are
hartal
turning
here?
into
The
urban,
point is that they
urban
have changed the
guerrillas?
strategy.
That they will come out?
Show me.
They will come
Show
out?
me.
And they will, that is a very dangerous statement to make, Mr. Sos.
You talk of guerrillas.
I think you are inciting.
No, people of Jammu and Kashmir, especially people of Kashmir, will not, you see.
Oh, so they're
you
lying
see,
in
wage
wait in the grass.
a kind
Okay,
of
let me
war
bring in Nirmal Singh.
Which is not constitutional.
Okay, Nirmal
The
Singh.
struggle of people of Jammu and Kashmir has to be democratic.
Okay, democratic. So
constitutional.
I used today,
That's
Mr.
all.
Sos, very quickly saying that the Supreme Court is complicit. Is complicit in this machination. It is the Supreme Court that has gone into
We
6
never
questions.
expected.
Six
See,
questions.
Supreme Court, there is another court. I tell you, there is another court much above Supreme Court. That is the People's Court.
Okay.
We are a people with aspirations.
There is a
It is
people's
not
court,
enough
viewers.
that
Listen
the
to
Supreme
this.
Court has passed a judgment.
There is a people's court.
Yes.
The law of the land
There is a
upheld.
People's Court. We
Sir,
go to people for
sir,
a democratic constitutional struggle.
Okay, viewers, there we go. Nothing called a supreme. There can't be
Democratic
anything. There can't be
constitutional
anything.
struggle.
There can't be anything in a constitutional democracy that is greater than the Supreme Court, viewers. That is why it's called supreme. Now you can be rhetorical and say yes, there will be a people's court and we will do danga, ladai, jhagda and all of that. That doesn't work. One second. Let me bring in ex-Jammu and
We
Kashmir
shall
Deputy
go
CM.
to the People's Court.
You can go to the people's
And
court. The elections
we
will be
shall
held.
go,
And if
but
you are
our
defeated,
struggle will be democratic
Okay.
and constitutional.
great, sir. Mr. Sos, in case you
Our
lose the
struggle is
election,
going
will
to
you
be
accept that
democratic
verdict?
and constitutional.
Okay. Will you, if fine, you're not accepting or you're disappointed in the Supreme Court verdict, but if the Congress party is not re-elected in Kashmir, will you accept at least that verdict?
I am not speaking for the Congress party.
Oh, you're
I am
not.
not speaking for the Congress party.
Okay.
I am speaking as Saifuddin Sos
Okay.
for myself.
Okay.
Congress
So if
has not
Saifuddin
chosen me
Sos
for a
contests
debate.
the
It
election,
is somebody
he
who
goes
will
to the
represent
People's
Congress.
Court and he loses there. If he loses in the People's Court, if you were to contest the election or a friend of yours who is sponsored by you is to contest the election
No,
and
one
loses,
single
will you
election
accept that
doesn't mean
verdict?
People's Court.
Okay.
People's
Let
Court
me
means
bring in
we
Mr.
have
Nirmal Singh. Mr. Nirmal
aspirations.
Singh, how do you respond to this charge? It's a dual charge that you've gone back on your assurances that they're disappointed by the Supreme Court and the people's struggle will continue because there is a people's court which is greater than the Supreme Court.
I'm sorry that a seasoned politician who belongs to the old generation is saying this. And moreover, he is a professor. He is questioning the Indian nation. He is questioning the parliament. He is questioning the Honorable
It is
Supreme
your
Court.
expression. I am not questioning the
And
Indian nation.
please,
we are part
I
of Indian
didn't
nation.
interrupt you. This, please.
Nee, why do you say
Please,
I
Professor
question
Sawant,
Indian nation?
listen. Please,
You
please,
are misinterpreting
speak
my
when your
statement.
turn comes. This is the desperation of this old generation. And Dr. Farooqullah, in the same desperation, he has said, help with Jammu and Kashmir. This is the unfortunate part. But the people of Jammu and Kashmir are showing
I'm
them the
not, you
path.
see,
There is peace in
responsible
Jammu
for
and Kashmir. They are trying to incite them. And they are saying that we will struggle for it. We will
Nobody
fight for
is
it.
inciting. There will
Where
be
is the
peace.
fight?
It
They
will
will
be
seek the help of
democratic
Pakistan.
struggle. Within
The
the
terrorists,
limits of
they were doing
Constitution of
it.
India.
They were doing it, which ultimately it would cost us 42,000 lives in Jammu and Kashmir. They must understand it. Professor Soj, you must
You are
listen to the
misrepresenting
writings
facts.
of the wall. Read the writings of the wall.
The killings are a different
Much of the water
subject.
has been flown from in Jhelum, in Chenab and Ravi. Nobody is listening to you. Please,
All right.
don't
If nobody will listen
do
to
the things
listen
which
to
ultimately
leadership
leads to
here, all
violence.
right.
You are inciting. You are inciting the people.
I said
you
it
have
is
no
going to
respect
be
for the democratic
democratic
institutions.
constitutional struggle.
Whether it's parliament, whether it's Supreme Court. So far as these the the discussion to which he was referring, all those things, they have been there, maybe there.
Okay,
But
let me
Muhammad Sheikh Muhammad Abdullah
Let
had
me-
not,
one second.
had
Let me,
no,
Nirmal Singh ji, let me just come in here for 30 seconds. Viewers, look. There are many people who are going to build this victim narrative that a promise was made. The promise that we go by, viewers, was reflected in words. Forget the spirit, in letter of the law. The Supreme Court only goes by the letter of the law. It will analyze the law. It goes by what is apparent, not what was whispered in some corridor or some meeting. And what did it find? When it reads the body text of the article concerned, it said it was under the temporary and transitory clauses of the Constitution. Therefore, viewers, the government of the day, if it has the will, could have struck it off the books. It went into the question whether the Constituent Assembly's prior permission was required. It came out and said no, because the Constituent Assembly itself was a temporary one. It then looked at various presidential orders that were passed. Not one, but more than 50 presidential orders were passed in the same manner, viewers, to extend provisions of the Indian Constitution to Jammu and Kashmir. No one said anything. A large number of those presidential orders were passed by Mr. Saifuddin's party, the Congress, when it was in power, including Jawaharlal Nehru, to dilute the provisions. At that time, Saifuddin Soz was not standing and abusing the Nehru-Gandhi family. He wasn't, viewers. So today, I want us to listen, because the only sentiment that matters is the one that is being expressed by these politicians. Listen today to Farooq Abdullah in Parliament, outside Parliament. Listen to what he says. Can you believe it, viewers?
जम्मू कश्मीर जहन्नम में जाए हम क्या करें? हाँ, जम्मू कश्मीर तो ले गए वहीं ले गए आप लोग क्यों कर दिया? लोगों के दिल जीतने हैं, कैसे जीतोगे लोगों के दिल? जब ऐसे वैसे चीजें करो जिससे लोग आपसे और भी दूर जाए.
Jahannam mein jaye, Jammu and Kashmir can go to hell, viewers. They're on the losing side. And that is desperation speaking.